Automatic. I'm telling y'all, he gonna stop a lot of fighters. He has that damn ability. He does. But he's still not confident enough just yet. It's gonna take a little bit more time for him to get comfortable saying, oh, I want this fight to end. It's over with. He ain't got nothing for me. Shit, I know what he gonna do before he even
12-9. Only reason I said 9-3 because I thought he was going I thought Teal was gonna start early, and I thought, I thought Teal was gonna start early, and Shakur was just gonna take his time, not lose the round, but they was gonna give him the round because Shakur wasn't gonna be doing that and just coasting through the round, figuring him out. And then I was like, after them first three, 4 rounds, Shakur gonna figure him out and take off, and Shakur took off from round 1.
Yo,
it looked good. It looked super good.
The ring in there.
Man, I told y'all was gonna see a spectacular performance, and that's what y'all seen tonight.
After that, Conor Benn came in the ring. Do you think that that's what's next for him?
I don't know. We shall see. A lot of people get in the ring and hype the fights up, but it's up to the people that's handling the fights to make the fights happen.
Did you think it would be that easy for him?
I knew it. I told everybody. Y'all was going to see a spectacular show, and he was going to put on a great performance. Ain't nobody messing with that boy.
Teofimo is my guy, but I've always been a fan of Shakur. And I think that Shakur put on a clinic tonight. Least amount of risk. Been able to put his skill set into fruition all night. The jab was leading. You can tell the difference in skill set, and that was the difference to me that made the fight.
Everyone expected fireworks. When Shakur Stevenson moved up to 140 pounds to take on Teofimo Lopez at Madison Square Garden, the world was promised a war. You had the takeover versus the self-proclaimed future. But when the final bell rang, the arena wasn't buzzing with the thrill of a close fight. It was stunned by the silence of a complete shutdown. The scorecards read 119-109 across the board, a one-sided masterclass that left Teofimo looking ordinary and the rest of the boxing world asking the same uncomfortable question. Why can't anyone touch this kid? To the casual fan, Shakur's style might look boring or overly defensive, but if you listen to the legends, the guys who have actually been in the ring, they see something completely different. From Mike Tyson to Floyd Mayweather, the icons of the sport are saying that Shakur Stevenson has cracked the code of boxing in a way we haven't seen in a generation. We aren't just looking at a champion, we are looking at a puzzle that might never be solved. Here is exactly why the pros think Shakur Stevenson is unbeatable.
Oh, man.
First of all, gotta take my hat out to Shakur, man. This is what makes boxing great. This is what I love about the sport, you know what I'm saying? He went out there and showed that not only is he a better fighter, that is levels to it. I mean, just the stuff he was doing was poetry in motion, man. He made Teal look like, how did this guy ever even get this far? You know what I'm saying? Shakur is just special, man. In the way he made it, he ain't have a scratch on him.
Nah.
He was just confident. He came out there, he showed immediately, I'm the boss. What I tell my fighters, you got a good jab, it's gonna be hard to beat you. And he capitalized on it, and he threw a hard jab all the time, had Teal eye, busted open. I mean, Shakur, yeah, he's going down in history as one of the greats, man. From what I've seen, and he's only gonna get better. He's only gonna get better. So, what I do want to see is him stepping up in that next level that I know he got, like a Sugar Ray Leonard, and get guys up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Because if he'd have pressed a little more, he'd have stopped Teal.
Okay.
But man, great performance. That's going down in the books, man. Great performance from Shakur, and I look forward to seeing him back in the ring again, and it's an honor to actually know him and able to witness great.
The biggest criticism you'll see in the comments section is that Shakur is boring. People want blood, they want knockouts, and they want drama. But Mike Tyson, the man who built his career on devastating violence, sees it differently. Tyson recently broke down Shakur's style and called him a specialist. When Tyson calls you a specialist, he doesn't mean you're good at one thing. He means you have perfected your craft to the point where you don't have to struggle.
Interesting fight. Shakur takes a good shot, though. He's a specialist. That's why some fights that he doesn't look good in, because he's so superior. He is boring watching sometimes. But he's a specialist. He knows what he's doing. He's hard to beat. To bring out the best in Shakur, you gotta pressure him like Tank. Tank will bring out the best of him, and we'll see a great fight. Tank is just a monster right now.
Tyson admitted that Shakur's fights can lack drama, but that's actually the ultimate compliment. Drama happens when two fighters are making mistakes. Shakur doesn't make mistakes. He neutralizes the action so completely that the other fighter can't even get started. It's not a fight. It's a surgical procedure. Tyson explained that this boring dominance is exactly why Shakur is so dangerous. He removes the opponent's ability to fight their own fight. He doesn't just beat you, he deletes your game plan.
That alone.
What did you think of Shakur's performance tonight?
He did what he had to do, man. You know, there's always room for improvement. You know, I think he had a lot of stuff he could have did, but he's so talented and gifted, man. You know, you also got to trust what he's seeing in there. You know, we're on the outside, you know. But I think he put on a tremendous performance, and obviously, you know, the level he's at, you always look for things he could do better, you know. So,
what did you see from the outside that he might be able to do
I'm just saying, like, you know, like I think it was a lot of body work and stuff like that he could have touched on, but again, he's in there, you know, so he's seeing stuff, he's feeling the punches. We not. So you got to trust what he's seeing.
Teofimo just couldn't get going tonight, though.
Well, he tried to get going. He just wasn't allowed to. So it's just the distance and range that Shakur has just perfected throughout the years, and then making him pay when he does that discourages him to not want to punch anymore. And I think he was out of answers in the first round. Honestly, I think he didn't really have any answers. When Teo starts doing little certain things with his hands and starts playing the clown game, he out of answers. He's down to just one shot. So Shakur just stayed focused, stayed locked in. And, you know, was at 4 divisions now? 26, 30, 35, 40.
How good is Shakur? I interviewed Terrence Crawford, and he said he could be the greatest of all time.
You don't know. He's not done yet. You know, he's not done yet. He's a great for sure. How great, we gonna see. You know, he got a lot. He can box as long as he wants to box, because he don't take punishment, and he's a master boxer. You know what I mean? So, just excited for him, man. Happy for him, man. You know, it's hard for me to see my brothers fight when I'm not fighting. That's harder to me than actually fight, because I can't help it. So I'm just happy it's over, man. I'm happy he got the win, and get home to them babies, get that check.
So how does he actually do it? Andre Ward, one of the smartest fighters to ever lace them up and a mentor to Shakur, explains it's all about the tax. Most fighters will block a punch and then reset. Shakur is different. Ward points out that Shakur has a strict policy. Every time you make a mistake, you pay for it. He taxes you immediately.
Until the day that he retires, Shakur Stevenson became a 4-division world champion. 126 pounds, 130 pounds, 135 pounds, and now 140 pounds. And I love it when you start getting into them weight classes. You start getting into 3, 4, 5, 6 weight classes. Now your intro for Michael Buffer gets a lot longer, because Michael Buffer got to go through your resume. Michael Buffer got to start naming off them weight classes. He's a former 126-pound champion, 130-pound champion, 135-pound champion, the reigning 140-pound champion. Come on, man. I love it. So shout out to Shakur for what he did. And where are the people that said he wasn't a draw? And that didn't nobody want to see him fight?
This creates a terrifying psychological trap for his opponents. Imagine stepping into the ring and realizing that every single time you throw a jab, you get countered. Every time you lunge, you get embarrassed. After 2 or 3 rounds of this, a switch flips in the opponent's brain. They stop throwing. They freeze up. Ward explains that this isn't because they are tired, it's because they are discouraged. Shakur puts them in a mental prison where the safest thing to do is nothing at all. That's exactly what happened to Teofimo Lopez. He didn't run out of energy. He ran out of ideas.
When the moment happened, I wasn't nervous. I just was ready. And it was like nobody could stop what I was going to do that night. And it didn't matter if it was Teo, if it was, I ain't even gonna put no names on it, but any of the top guys that got in front of me that night.
Yeah.
My brain was just working too fast.
But Cole, you had to be nervous. Like, this is your big moment. It's Madison Square Garden, 22,000 people. You had to have some kind of nerves. You just knew?
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I'm telling you, like, I think that maybe just my entire life of, like, preparing for these moments have been, like, getting me ready for this, but it's like, I remember having butterflies and stuff in fights back in the day when I was younger.
Okay, like you to the amateurs.
Amateurs, when I fought in the Olympics, butterflies was going through my body. I remember an out-of-body experience when I fought Valdez. Like, I fought him, but like, I couldn't remember how it went. It just was like, everything was flowing. With this fight, it felt like I was in the ring about to spar.
Yeah, like that calm, that
It just felt like you at the gym about to just go work out, and it didn't feel like pressure. It didn't feel like pressure. It just felt like my target right there.
Yeah.
Stay on point and execute my game plan.
If you scroll through Twitter, you'll see endless accusations that Shakur is a runner. Critics claim he spends the whole fight moving away to avoid engagement. But the current pound-for-pound king, Terrence Crawford, was right there in Shakur's corner, and he shuts that narrative down instantly. Crawford explains that labeling Shakur a runner is just a convenient excuse for fighters who are terrified to face him.
Yes, sir! And the new! We already know it. We already know it. And new!
According to Crawford, what looks like running is actually elite distance management. There is a massive difference. A runner moves because they are scared of getting hit. Shakur moves to control the geometry of the ring. He stands exactly 1 inch outside of your reach, and the moment you try to close that gap, his reaction time is so fast that he's already gone before your punch lands. Crawford insists that the other champions in the division know this. They call him a runner to save face with the public, but privately, they know that chasing Shakur is a nightmare they want no part of.
The ring in there.
And I told y'all was gonna see a spectacular performance, and that's what y'all seen tonight.
After that Conor Ben came in the ring, do you think that that's what's next for him?
I don't know, we shall see. You know, a lot of people get in the ring and, you know, hype the fights up, but it's up to the people that's handling the fights to make the fights happen.
Did you think it would be that easy for him?
I knew it. I told everybody. Y'all was going to see a spectacular show, and he was going to put on a great performance. Ain't nobody messing with that boy.
Nobody's messing with him. Thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Thank you.
I thought he was fast, he was slow. That's hard. That's hard.
What makes this even crazier is that Shakur breaks a lot of the traditional rules of boxing. If you walk into any gym, a trainer will tell you never to lean back with your chin up and never to step heavily on your back foot. Yet, you see Shakur doing this constantly. So why doesn't he get knocked out?
Your brother, Shakur, dominant performance, only lost a round, which is pretty incredible.
He gave him that round, so he took that round up. I know Shakur, he took that round up.
As a fighter, what were you watching as the fight was progressing?
Bro, the whole time, like, you know, I had to take taking a P test, you know what I'm saying? So the whole time in backstage, bro, I'm just going crazy. Like, oh, he beat him up. It's easy work. Like, he's beating Tio up. Like, it's not even a close fight, you know what I'm saying? I was just happy.
Fellow pro Keyshawn Davis reveals that it comes down to pure boxing IQ. Davis notes that Shakur's eyes are different. Most fighters react to hand movement or feints. If you twitch your shoulder, they flinch. But Shakur ignores the distractions. He has the discipline to stare directly at the threat and only move when the real punch is coming. Jermaine Ortiz added that this level of skill makes him immune to the tricks that work on other fighters. You can't fake him out, you can't trap him, and because his processing speed is so high, he can get away with boxing sins that would get anyone else knocked out cold.
All right, so Shakur Stevenson, dominant win, damn near 12-round sweep. I think it was 11 rounds to 1 on the scorecards. Yeah. Against Teofimo Lopez, becomes the lineal junior welterweight champion in the world. Yeah. What's your first thoughts seeing it?
I mean, first off, you gotta give him his credit. You know, I mean, it has to go off to Shakur because he get a lot of flack for his fighting style, get a lot of flack for having a lack of pop and not being exciting, right? Well, he had enough pop to make Tio respect him yesterday. He was busting him up, and honestly, I think he could have knocked him out. It's just the fact that he was fighting a patient fight, which was the right fight as a southpaw, looking at what Tio was looking for, right? Shakur played the patient game because he didn't want to lead, because, you know, he was making Tio have to step to him, and Tio don't got the footwork to really pull it off. Every time he stepped forward with his jab, he followed up with a right hand and would step all the way through with the right hand, which it's kind of okay sometimes when you fight in southpaw, but you got to be defensively sound. Like, Brick, keep your left hand up. T.O. threw his jab, bring his jab hand down, and then when he goes step in with the right, Shakur kept intercepting everything he was doing with his right jab. Like, he was just jabbing him in between his shots or disrupting him every time he tried to get off. And he frustrated him the whole night by not leading, making T.O. Be the aggressor and making him pay every time he tried it. And by round 4, it looked like T.O. had quit in his eyes, man. And then his father, I don't remember what round his dad said. What he said was, Dad, like, where's your power, Pop? Something like that, man. I'm like, the instructions he getting in the corner is like, is this what you getting at the elite level? That's saying something, man. That's not real training or not real coaching. But not trying to, he don't need me to beat him up no further than he already beat up. I'm gonna just say, like, I didn't expect it to go that way. I thought it would be more competitive than that. So, as I said, though, the name alone and the way he dismantled T.O. is going to do for Shakur what I think he wants to do, which is, it's going to quiet a lot of the naysayers and it's going to put him in the stratosphere where people start to, look at him and put him in the respect level that he deserves at this point. So you got to tip your head off to him. You got to respect what he did to him. Styles make fights, and he had the perfect style to mitigate everything T.O. was going to try to do. So, hats off to him, but great performance.
Let's look back at that Teofimo Lopez fight. In the later rounds, you saw Teofimo dancing, laughing, and showboating. The crowd might have thought he was just being an entertainer, but the experts saw a white flag. Teddy Atlas, the legendary trainer, broke this down perfectly. He called it the clown game. Atlas explained that when a fighter starts showboating while they are losing, it's a defense mechanism. It's their way of saying, I can't hit you and I can't stop you, so I'm going to pretend I don't care. It was the ultimate admission of defeat.
No, he was brilliant. He gave a class, a master class of boxing, of the sweet science. He controls range probably better than anyone in boxing. It used to be a day when Lomachenko had the best legs in boxing. Well, a lot of people think the best legs was Muhammad Ali when you have to move. It doesn't have to be on a bike. It doesn't have to be where, your trites are going around the ring. You're just controlling range. You're giving yourself an edge. You're giving yourself a position to always be the boss. And that's what Shakur does. He controls her. You come in 9 inches, he goes back 12 and a half. He counters you. He controls range beautifully. And so you're fighting a guy like that. You're T.O. You're in camp for 2-3 months. You're getting ready. What are you getting ready for? You know what you're getting ready for. So first of all, I can't reach with this guy. He's too good a defensive fighter. He's got good eyes, good vision, good reflexes, everything, instincts. He's got everything from a defensive standpoint. Quick hands, good technique. We knew that Stevenson was technically the sounder fighter. That wasn't even a contest.
Shakur had extinguished the fire inside Lopez. By the championship rounds, Teofimo knew he had no tactical answers left. That showboating wasn't confidence. It was a desperate attempt to hide the fact that he was being completely dismantled by a superior technician. The ultimate cosign comes from the man who invented this blueprint, Floyd Mayweather. Before the Lopez fight, Floyd reached out to Shakur, essentially passing the torch of the defensive wizard. Floyd has gone on record comparing Shakur to Gervonta "Tank" Davis. He noted that while Tank has the equalizer in his devastating power, Shakur holds the title for the most skillful fighter at 135 and 140 pounds.
Floyd, when you think about the fighters who are fighting now, can you give me your 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 when it comes to the lightweight? Who you would put where?
As of right now, the two guys, the biggest puncher, I feel at the 135 would probably be Gervonta "Tank" Davis. But the most skillful fighter at 135 would be hands down Shakur Stevenson.
What is it about him? Because I know he have a lot of good attributes, but do you think he has enough power to sustain?
Well, it's really all about skills. Pernell Whitaker wasn't a huge puncher, but he was, very exciting, very tough, and he fought everybody. Shakur is trying to do the same thing. He want to fight the best they got out there. I believe his contract is coming to an end, so hopefully we can come together.
This is huge because it shifts the conversation from who hits harder to who boxes better. Floyd dominated for 2 decades not by being the strongest, but by being the smartest. By endorsing Shakur, he's telling the world that this kid is the heir to the throne. Shakur is the new era of the hit and don't get hit philosophy. And just like Floyd, he seems perfectly comfortable being the villain if it means keeping his 0.
You see a no-hitter, maybe a one-hitter, but you see like a no-hitter. You see a pitcher that doesn't let people get on base, that takes the bat out of the batter's hands, that changes speeds, hit corners, keeps them off balance, takes great hitters, and makes it look like they're playing stickball. How about that? That's what you saw. If you like perfection, if you like art, that's what you saw. If you want to go to the Louvre, if you want to go to these great art museums, and you want to see Rembrandt and Picasso and all these great painters, these great artists, all you had to do was go to the garden, and you would have saw it. Every stroke was perfect. The shading, the color mixes, everything was Rembrandt-ish. It was great. And the other guy, I know he doesn't bring a paintbrush. I know he's a graffiti guy. He brings his spray can. And graffiti can be great too. It can be an art too, but not that graffiti. You have to have a plan with the graffiti. You have to know where you're gonna spray it. His was all over the place. The judges had spray on them. There were people in the front row that got a little spray on them. I mean, yeah, even if you're gonna be not a Rembrandt, everyone can't be Rembrandt. But if you're gonna be a graffiti guy, beautiful. Be a graffiti guy. Know where to spray it. Know when not to spray it. That wasn't the case. It was Rembrandt's night.
So what is left for Shakur Stevenson? If you ask Brian Bomac McIntyre, one of the most respected trainers in the game, the answer for other fighters is simple: run the other way. Bomac was brutally honest in his assessment, advising other contenders to simply stay away from that kid.
Man, like you said, that masterpiece, man. He looked so smooth, calm, and relaxed, man. That was beautiful. That was the one boxing lesson that you future guys, young guys and amateurs just turning pro, watch that, man. That was beautiful.
When you were watching it, did you feel right away Shakur's gonna run away with this?
Well, I kind of figured that when they said they was gonna fight each other, so I knew Shakur was gonna dominate him, but they must hype the fight up.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you look at it, in the corner advice that Tio was getting, I know that he's gotten a lot of criticism online about that. What do you make overall of the game plan that he brought for the fight?
Well, you said game plan, man. Shout out to his grandfather, Willie, man, my partner. That was beautiful, man. They put together a great game plan, off that jab, combinations, stayed in the pocket, took it half a step back, stepped over, got off the line. That was beautiful.
When I meant criticism, I meant Tio's corner and game plan. But you are right. Shakur put on just a masterpiece of a game plan against Tio. But I was in reference to Tio's game plan going into the fight. It looked like he didn't have one.
They didn't have one. Whatever they tried, they didn't work. He heard his father say in the corner, "What happened to your fast hands? That shit didn't work, man."
Just overall, just given the styles and in boxing so well, was there any way that Tio could have put on a better performance, a better plan, and gotten a better result?
No, I don't think whatever he would have brought to the table would have worked, man. Shakur just got a great boxing mind. That's just it. He's got a great boxing mind, and once he put his mind to it, he's gonna get the job done.
It's the worst kind of problem for a promoter. Shakur is high risk and low reward. He makes elite fighters look like amateurs. He barely takes any damage, and he doesn't give opponents a chance to shine. Bomac's warning confirms that the industry knows exactly what Shakur is. He isn't just a champion, he's a career killer. If you get in the ring with him, you aren't just going to lose. You're going to be embarrassed for 12 rounds straight.
just did what he wanted with Teofimo Lopez, with the exception of knocking Teofimo Lopez out, and made Teofimo Lopez just look like a buffoon. Teofimo Lopez was hopping and jumping and skipping into any and everything that Shakur Stevenson was throwing. Shakur Stevenson's connect percentage was somewhere around 40, somewhere in the 40%. Teofimo Lopez connected with something around 15% of his punches throughout the entirety of the fight. It just looked like exactly what I said what it was. Teofimo Lopez never has a game plan. He goes in there and he tries to figure it out as he's in there, and it just doesn't work with somebody that is as fundamentally sound and sharp and talented as Shakur Stevenson. Because as Teofimo Lopez tried to confuse him with footwork, tried to get him with, a lot of exaggerated movements left and right, Shakur Stevenson just kept his base, stepped forward, got in range, walked in. Anytime Teofimo Lopez looked like he was trying to jump in, man, boom, hit him with a straight right hand, boom, hit him with a straight left hand, bop, combinations. It was a spectacular performance by Shakur Stevenson, but equally, a terrible performance by Teofimo Lopez, whose corner didn't know what in the world they were doing, and well, at least if you listen to the instructions that I heard Teofimo Lopez Sr. give to his son, man, they were not very specific, were they? What happened to your power? Yes, what he screamed, what happened to your power? What do you mean what happened to his power? His power is probably right where it is. You can't touch the guy. What are you going to tell a guy in order to get him to throw straight punches, go to the body? That was the only limited success that Teofimo Lopez had in the fight, is when he himself got very, very fundamental and then started throwing shots to the body of
Shakur Stevenson might never be the crowd-pleasing brawler who goes to war and gets knocked down only to get back up. He's too good for that. He has mastered the sweet science to a level that actually breaks the entertainment value for the average viewer. But for those who know what they are looking at, he is a once-in-a-lifetime talent. He has the discipline of Ward, the defense of Mayweather, and the IQ to dismantle the best fighters in the world without breaking a sweat. As long as he keeps taxing mistakes and controlling the distance, the reality remains the same. Shakur Stevenson isn't just winning fights, he's proving that he might just be unbeatable. But what do you think? Is Shakur Stevenson unbeatable? Let me know in the comments. That's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next video.